Hi, I'm Shelley from James Villas. We're up in London today to meet Jo Thomas to talk all about her new book, Honey Farm on the Hill.
Well, when I sit down to write a book, it's a bit like going into my pantry, looking at the ingredients in there and trying to work out what I'm going to cook. So you get a rough idea of I want to do something, Italian tonight or Greek tonight. So I knew I wanted to write something set in Greece, but I didn't know what. When you find out the food of the area, it can just take you by the hand and lead you through the history of the place, the culture of the place, the people. I knew that I was going to go to Crete, and I started to dig deeper, and then I discovered that actually the thing about Greek and Crete cooking is the herbs. I stumbled across the herb of the island that grows wild in the mountains and is known as love. And I knew then that quite possibly I had a story there. When I wrote this book, I had decided that I wanted to go to Greece and I had decided on Crete, but I hadn't actually worked out my story. And then I met a friend of mine and she said, "What are you working on, Jo?" And I said, "Oh, well, I'm going to go to Crete." And at this point I had my food, but I didn't have the characters and I didn't have the story. She said, "Oh, I met my first love in Crete," and then it started to whir for me. I took that as a starting point, which was this idea of if you could go back anywhere, where would it be? So that was the start of my heroine for this. My brother and his best friend, they became best friends when they worked together, and they were holiday reps. And they were like something out of Top Gun. They were Maverick and Goose. And they just had the time of their lives having these summers working together. So I wanted that closeness, that bond, that friendship of two guys. And that's where we meet our hero in this book. I knew that it was going to be hilly, but I didn't expect those mountains. Those mountains are stupendous. One of those mountains had to play a central character in the book. So the mountain itself becomes a character that the whole town is set around. Then, of course, I did love the food. The thing about Crete cooking is its simplicity. It is fabulous ingredients that are grown in baking hot sunshine, and then they are enhanced with the herbs of the mountains. The third and final thing that I loved about Crete was the people. Beautiful, lovely people, everything done with a smile. It was wonderful. When we turned up at the villa and found it, got the key, you had to put the key into a lovely wrought iron gate. We put the key in, opened up the gate, and it was like opening up a book all on its own, like opening up a storybook. The gate went back, and it was as if it opened onto another world. We could see from the gate the swimming pool, the views, and this was going to be our home for the week. Privacy as well. This wonderful walled garden that just looked out over this mountain, which became the mountain in my book. My morning swim, where I was surrounded by pomegranates and lemons in the tree. I enjoyed the early evening drink where the kids would be swimming and I'd be sitting on the terrace. But what I enjoyed most of all was after the swim, after we'd been to the market, was just sitting on the terrace, looking out, being able to write and feeling that that was my home for the week. I love holidaying with James Villas. What I love is feeling that I live in this place. I love to visit different places, but I'm not very good at being a tourist. When I get somewhere, I love to feel that that's my home and I live there. I go to the market, and what I want to do more than anything is pick up all the wonderful food that's being grown in the area, bring it home and cook. I love cooking on holiday. It's part of my holiday. I love having the family around the table, sitting outside and having all the wonderful produce that I can't have at home. I'm always looking to move house. And the beauty of going away with James Villas is I can do all of that. I can have my own home without having to pack up and move house all the time, because you go, where am I going to go next? And you look at the villa and you go, that's my home. That's where I live for that week. That's why I can put my characters into the books, because I feel that when I'm there, that's where I actually live. That's home. Well, the next one is set in Spain. So we've got Flamenco Fiestas, and it's all set in the cherry orchards of Andalusia. I couldn't think of anything more gorgeous than seeing those cherry orchards in full bloom. And the thing I love when I go somewhere in particular is getting the smell of the place. I love to find out how places smell. Portugal has got a smell I would recognise tomorrow if you bottled it. So that's what I really love about going away and really experiencing places. So I've just done Spain, that's the next book that's in the pipeline, and then we're going to have a little bit of a change and a winter book set in Swedish Lapland with some reindeer skins and fires and lots of snow. This is the book that we're talking about, The Honey Farm on the Hill, that I wrote when I was away with James Villas Holidays. So any James Villas customers who'd like to win a signed copy, just check out the Facebook page and the Twitter page.